Hiya! So it is Wednesday the 13th of April, which is 3 weeks now since my surgery, and 1 week and 1 day until my results. Just wanted to come on, do a little bit of a catch up, because it's 3 weeks and I thought I would show you the pictures from my scars as they are now. Not too much change from the last time, but here is, I'm getting a pro at this bit now, here is the armpit, the axilla scar, ta-da, and here is the boob one. So as you can see, they're both healing really well. I'm really glad that, really happy how they are doing. I had no problems with them. But I have just come home from the breast clinic because I had to go and get checked out by the breast cancer nurse. On Saturday, I developed, it was really bizarre, I developed sort of like a line, which I'll show the picture again here. I developed a line at just starting on the top of my breast, and as the day progressed, it turned from this into this. So it got a little bit more contrast. It looks like what we call tracking. So it looks like it's sort of like redness that's going along a vessel. Now, interestingly enough, it follows one of the lymph vessels, which we saw, if you can remember back in video 11, I showed the blue dye, the picture of my boob in the blue with the blue dye. And if you remember, the vessel came round and then up over the top of my breast and into the lymph nodes, and it seemed to be following that, and it was quite tender to touch as well. Anyway, obviously, as always, these things happen on a weekend and you can't get in touch with anyone on a weekend, so I would have contacted my breast cancer nurse or Breast Cancer Now, UK, who also have breast cancer nurses on hand to sort of like chat to. But of course it was the weekend, so they weren't open. So I phoned 111 just to more than anything. I wasn't overly worried because obviously medical background, I was pretty sure it wasn't infection, because although I had this red tracking, I felt well. I didn't have a high temperature. I didn't have any of the classic symptoms that there was infection brewing or anything like that. It was a little bit tender, but only in that particular area. It wasn't hot to touch, nothing like that. So I was quite happy that it wasn't anything sort of like too drastic, but I didn't quite know what it was. So I phoned 111 to get into the system. And as with every other NHS service at the moment, they are like jam-packed and really busy. So it wasn't until the Sunday that I got a call back from a GP. And by that point, it had actually subsided quite a lot. So we had a chat and they basically said, are you happy if you just leave it for now? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Hopefully that was it, nothing else. And I'll get in touch if I'm concerned. So that was Sunday. And then Monday, I can't say that I paid too much attention to my breast on Monday. I don't know if there was anything there. I don't think so. Tuesday, again during the day, I don't know, but later in the afternoon, it started to get really quite tender. My breast, again, I wouldn't say painful, but I was getting like sharp, like shooting pains, for want of a better word, at the top and also at the bottom as well, which was a bit weird. So I got changed for bed and had a bit of a look, and the line had come back again. It was slightly different. It wasn't as defined and it wasn't as red as what it had been before. And whereas before it was along the top and had just started to go round, it was now sort of like more round the sides, which you can see here. The line was quite thicker, but like I say, not as red and defined as previous. And I was having a little bit of a prod and a feel, as you do, and I could feel that following the line, I could feel it's almost like a piece of thick string under my skin, which is obviously the vessel, and I could feel that all the way along. It was almost like inflamed or filled with something. So I was like, that's a bit strange. But of course, this was like in the evening. So again, nothing was open to chat to anyone. So first thing this morning, I phoned my breast cancer nurse and left a message, and she called me back, and I just explained. And again, it is sort of like subsided again. I could still feel a little bit of that line, but you couldn't really see anything. Anyway, she knew that I'd taken pictures, so I went in and basically showed the pictures. She had a little look and everything else, reassured me, agreed that don't think it's infection because there hasn't been anything like that. If there's any concerns, get back to them. But what was really interesting, so I explained to her about the how I thought it might be the lymph vessels, and said about how the blue dye has gone. And she said, oh really? She says, I've never noticed, I've never seen that. And I says, oh, I've got a picture. So I showed her the picture of the dye with the line going around it, and she was like, well, in my 14 years as a breast cancer nurse, I've never seen that. So me going on about it in video 11 saying, oh, look at this, it's amazing, blah blah blah, it's actually I don't think it's very common. So if you are going to have the blue dye, or if you have had the blue dye and it didn't do that, I think it's me that's the weirdo, basically. So don't worry if you haven't got that, but it does actually follow suit. And so I am, and she is quite convinced that it's probably the lymph vessel. Again, not overly concerned about it. She says that the blue dye can sometimes irritate the vessels, and that might either mean that there's a bit of a build of fluid in it where it's trying to heal itself, basically. But the fact that it's coming and going is better than it's sort of like staying and obviously getting worse. So I just wanted to come on and share my day, or my past few days, and that's that. So yeah, you've seen lots of pictures tonight. I'm going away this weekend, so I don't think I will be on to chat until next week. I will try and get on before results day and let you know how I'm feeling, but I can't imagine me feeling any different to what I have been feeling, really, which I discussed on the last video. Just, yeah, not really. I'm very detached from it. I'm not really thinking about it. What will be, and yeah, I'll deal with it then. My main thought at the moment is the fact that I just want to know so I can start to shift some weight. I want to go back to the gym because I'm going on holiday in a few weeks, and I don't usually do holidays when I'm at my big girl size. And I'm at my big girl size. So anyway, that's just me whinging and moaning, but I can't do anything before then. But I would like to do something about it once and for all and get my weight down to where it's supposed to be. So I want to go back to the gym, and I can plan everything as soon as I've got those results. So I am hanging on for those results so I can plan the rest of my year. There we go. Right, I am going to go now. You all take care. I will speak to you soon. Mwah. Bye.